So,
Well, I was going to bring up the
whatever.
analogy with communism, because like actually before the Russian Revolution, there were decades of basically people theorizing about how socialism and communism would work, and they really thought they were scientific. They thought this is the scientific, proven solution to
Right. Same thing with fascism. Fascism is supposed to be the third way. So you had communism and capitalism, and fascism is supposed to be the third way. It's supposed to be the best of both worlds. And that did not work. Some things went horribly awry.
well,
But
Yeah,
it's interesting
that was a
because
failed experiment.
that was,
if you look at how many communist countries had to fail before people got the hint, I mean, we're talking about 100
right.
years of suffering.
Yep, I know. Oh well. Fuck them. That's why we need Terminator waifus. So the next time these dipshits have their good idea fairy and they're like, we want to force our shit on you, we say no, but we outnumber you. You say, do you? And then you activate your Terminator waifus. Like, I don't think so. I think we outnumber you. And they're like, oh, never mind. We'll do our thing over here. Oh, we went bankrupt. Like, yeah, you did. We kind of knew you would. But
Man, they
oh
hate
well.
individualists.
Oh yeah. Well, everyone hates individualists. Everyone who isn't
I
an
think it's a
individualist hates individualists.
I think it's a fucking form of jealousy almost though.
It's
Like because they
100%
can't do what we
jealousy.
yeah.
Yes. You are
They're just
100% correct. It is complete
crybabies,
jealousy.
man, crybabies.
Well, Nietzsche literally talked about herd morality and ressentiment, and yeah, it's like 100% spot on. But there's no cure for it. It's part of human nature. So look, nature has competition. Resources are scarce, competition happens, there are winners and losers. Now, in a primitive society, the losers die. In an advanced society, losing doesn't mean death. It just means like you're lower on the socioeconomic ladder, but you're not like dying, especially if you have like a first world country with good medical care. So since they're not dying, they just get really bitter and angry. Now, even though like they could have died, like in the society that they want, they'd still be losers and they'd be dead. But all they want here's the thing. Here's my little fucking truth bomb. Communism works exactly as intended. The purpose of communism is not to actually create a viable system of economics or society. The purpose of communism is the purpose of herd morality. And the purpose of herd morality is not to create a system that works, it's to get revenge on the people that you're jealous of. And by that standard, communism always works. Because the first thing the commies do when they take power is they liquidate the opposition, they liquidate the educated, they liquidate the hardworking, they kill all the people that they're envious of, they put their own people in power, and then they starve to death. But they got revenge. Mission accomplished. Like at that point, even if they all starved to death, communism worked. They got revenge on the people that they despise for being smarter than them. So communism has been tried and it works flawlessly by getting revenge on the people that they're jealous of.
It's very vindictive and spiteful, isn't it?
Yep, that's herd morality.
Uh,
Oh well, what are you going to do? There really is only one thing to do. You can now. There's two. There's one way you can try to save them. You can. They might actually be winners, but be perceived that they're trapped into being losers, and that's why you have social mobility. So if you have a
I'm just gonna watch them kill themselves
well, no, but here's what I'm saying. Like in lieu of that, so
or
you
each
don't
other.
want you don't want a stratified socioeconomic society where if you're born poor, you're stuck there. You want to have meritocracy. You want to have socioeconomic mobility, where if somebody works hard, they can climb their way up into the upper class, which we have in America, by the way. It's not that hard. You just basically like have education and so forth. Look, I'm among those. So I was born to a single mother in the ghetto, and I'm actually really smart and hardworking. Very rare. All my siblings are pieces of shit, except for my half sister. She's okay, but my other siblings are pieces of shit. So I just rolled a natural 20 when I was conceived, my stats or something. So whatever. Like sometimes like a winner will be born to a loser family. They'll just roll a natural 20 when they're conceived. So you want to allow those people the opportunity to break out and join the upper class. So you don't want to have like stratified like a caste system, because then the smart people who are stuck at the bottom become bitter and angry and try to overthrow the system. And if they're smart and hardworking, they'll do it.
Yeah,
But
I believe people should be able to prove themselves for sure.
right, but
Hundred percent, man.
if you give them an opportunity to better themselves, that becomes the path of least resistance. Like getting a job and working hard is a lot easier than overthrowing a government. But if there's no other alternative, then fucking Allahu Akbar. So that's how you deal with the smart people who are born to the lower people. But as far as the lower people, they're dumb and stupid, so you just kind of ignore them, and if they get uppity, you shoot them. You give them the opportunity to better themselves, but if they say, no, we don't want to get educated and work hard, we just want, give us shit, otherwise we're going to riot, then you shoot them. There's nothing else to talk about anymore. You're just threatening violence. You're extorting money from me under penalty of violence and death. So you're a terrorist, and we're going to deal with you like a terrorist. But you have to be
Yeah.
comfortable doing that. I'm totally comfortable doing it. As someone who was raised with in the ghetto with poor people in Section 8 housing, I have zero sympathy for them. I have sympathy for the children. The children are truly victims. They didn't choose that life. They didn't make any of the bad choices that landed them there. Their parents did. And they're being held hostage for free money from the government by their parents. That's why I think take those kids away and train them into be like commandos and assassins. But the fucking parents, they need to fucking go. They need to fuck off straight to hell where they belong.
Just get them to clear the roads in Afghanistan for IEDs. That's their job.
No, they would just join Al Qaeda. Haven't you seen the scene from Braveheart when they sent the Irish, and the Irish just shook their hands and joined them?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what would happen. No, so but you tell them to fuck off. You tell them we're not giving you free money anymore, and then when they riot, you shoot them. Easy peasy. And if they realize they're gonna get shot, they won't even riot. They'll just get a job and shut the fuck up, and they'll probably be better off for it. Everyone will be happy. I mean, they'll never be happy. Like, no, like look at when you have all these bitter, angry welfare sponges. No matter how much money you give them, they'll never be happy. You can give them 6 figures in welfare, they still won't be happy. So just don't bother giving them anything. Just tell them to fuck off, and then when they riot, shoot them. Like, it's so easy. It's so obvious.
Did you see this video where there's this black single mom of like 4 that was complaining that President Trump couldn't give her the money to get weed, and she has to sit here and take care of these kids?
I've heard, yeah, look, there's been like the woman waiting for her Obama phone and who wanted the money from Obama's stash, and then there's the woman saying thank you government for putting me on and raising my kids, and like it's whatever.